everyone, be doing a quick little video here on the losi Baja array. This bumper, if you can see down in there, which you can't, oh there you go, the stiffening ribs here are starting to bend in it, which means this bumper is on its way to breaking. Apparently this is a weak spot, at least according to RPM, whose product I bought. I've used RPM products for a very long time, and I can recommend them. Sometimes when you're going with A-arms and they have a bunch of flexibility to them, you'll have dog bones pop out. But other than that, and I mean, I've been in this hobby for 25 years easily. Been using RPM for a very long time, and I definitely recommend their product. I like them. But yeah, this front bumper does a good job of absorbing impacts, but it's, again, as you can tell with the little stiffening ribs in there, it is starting to work its way into breaking. So a couple of pros for this RPM setup. You see the bumper here. This part, unlike the stock bumper, will actually add a bit of protection to your bottom plate here. It goes over the top of it, which is nice. And yeah, it should also provide a little more support. One thing to remember with these is that this one is for the Ford Raptor bodies. Now, not sure what other bodies they sell on this truck. I haven't looked at it in a while. But depending on your body, you may need to make sure your bumper is for it. I guess it's just the way that the front of the bodies here are made. If you have the wrong bumper, it might not fit or it might look weird. So, yeah, let's get to this. It shouldn't be too terribly difficult as long as my tools work. I left some of my tools in the truck and it's gone a couple hours away. As family members, it's not my truck, it's family truck. But yeah. Oh, let's see. I can put together a small block V8, but I can't open a package. There. All right. So this does come with instructions, which we are going to follow. If I didn't just rip them beyond reading. We got the pieces of the bumper here. It came with a couple extra screws. Alright, package is done. Don't need that, don't need that. Came with one screw and two screws. Alright, how does this go? Is this all pretty self-explanatory? Looks like it. We just put it on and then put it in place. Alright, cool. There's the instructions. It's nothing too... Yeah, I grew up building Legos. I really don't need the instructions on this. But, I'm going to use them anyways. So, tear these off of the little parts tree here. Yeah, this bumper is apparently tougher. And I do believe it's a little wider than the factory bumper. Yeah, it's actually much wider. So that's cool. Quite a bit wider than the factory front bumper. Hello, kitten. Listen, rump butt. You're going to have to get your butt down. Go on. Get down. Get down. Good girl. Alright. So this factory front bumper, I'm thinking can come off as all one piece, I think. Honestly, I'm not really sure how this works. I'm going to have to look at this and see how to take it off. Is it just these two screws down here? And then it comes out like a... Yeah, it looks like that's all connected there. No? Well, maybe not. I bet it's tanged in at the bottom here just a little bit. So we're going to take these out. We got to take these out anyways to put the new bumper there. So we'll go ahead and take these four out. Let me go ahead and clean them. If you guys drive in dirt and muck and have problems like I do, show y'all a simple little fix for a problem here. If I can find my tool. There it is. When your screws are full of dirt, you take something like an ice pick. I actually have a turkey baster needle that I use sometimes as well. we're just going to go in here, clean that dirt out, and make sure that that Allen wrench gets the best purchase possible, because you don't want to strip it. Rimplight, can you get off of my body? It's torn up enough now. Go on, get down. Oops. This Allen wrench has about had it. You hear it slipping. 2. Yeah, okay. It's just those 2 there. We're only gonna take those 2 out for now, because I don't want this whole bulkhead coming off, and I don't know how much holds it on. So that's all we're gonna do for that right now. And then we're gonna go around top up here, and we have that screw and that screw. And we're gonna take those 2 out. And then this whole front bumper assembly hopefully should just pull right off. Those are the only screws I see holding it on, but I could be wrong. We'll see. I've already taken the body off for y'all, by the way, because getting this body off, while not super time consuming, it is a bit of a pain. There's a couple of screws to take off. You need 2 different size Allen wrenches. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screws in the bottom of the cage. I'll show you where those are, just in case you don't know. You got here, here on both sides, and then you've also got down in here, there's another screw that holds the body on. I don't see that at the moment, though. Where was that? I don't remember. You'll find it. It's not very hard to find. But yeah, it's just kind of time consuming, and there's no reason for that to be on video. Like I said, you know, I've said it in a lot of my videos. If you can put together Legos, you can do this. It's not hard. Can y'all get off my body? Get out of there. Get. I'm playing with my light wires. You're going to mess them up. You've already chewed the antenna on this thing. Yeah, you hear this thing just slipping. But as I said, my other tools are in the truck. This is all I could find. And that truck's about 2 hours away right now, one way. So, just gonna do what I can with what I got. White feet, get down. I know y'all are interested. Curious little creatures. There we go. Alright, that's the last of that one. Now, will this just pull straight out? No, there's still something else holding it on. What are we missing here? Is that built into this? We have what I think are some screws here for the sway bars. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what's holding it on now. Let's go ahead and get those out. Those are going to be right up in there. I don't know if you can see them, but there's one there. And there's one on that side. All you got to do is look for this silver link here, which is your sway bar. You'll see it. It's not the grub screw, it's the cap head. Which, by the way, if anybody wants to start a petition for all screws on RCs to be cap heads, I will go ahead and back you on that, because button heads, things like that, I just find that cap heads have much better grip. Tiny little Allen wrench, not sure what size. It's going to be the same size you use to take the body off of these screws back here. Those are some more that you got to take out to get the body and cage assembly off. I really wish that they would have done this truck just a little different in that respect. I know for the losi LMT, you've got a body that flips up. You just take 2 clips out of the front or something. And then Losi also recently released their Losi Super Laser Nut, I think is what it is. And it's also got a hinged body system. And I really wish they would have done that same thing with this truck, because yeah, it would have been a lot easier to do this, to just take a couple of clips out the front and then swing the body up and get to all of this mess in here. But unfortunately, that's not how they did this. anybody wants to make an aftermarket kit that allows that, that would be great. 10 minutes in already. Cats, can you leave my body alone? Get down from there. Get down. Here, move. I don't know why y'all are so interested in this thing. Just put it down there on the floor. Crazy cats. Alright, now will you come off? Now you come off. Alright. These two little holes here are what I was missing the screws on. If you're looking at it from this side, you can kind of see where they are back here. So that's just a holder for your sway bar linkage. Alright. So that should be the whole front bumper assembly taken off. You'll be able to see a little better now, hopefully, with the light, how these bars back here are starting to bend. Just the little stiffening ribs. So I think we're going to have to reuse the screws from this to assemble the... let's see. That's the bottom. This is the top. That's going to go like that. Yep, probably going to need these screws right here. The kit came with 2 screws, and they look a little longer than some of the stuff I've been taking out here. So I do need to read those instructions and see where those screws go, because they may go up under here on the skid plate, because you've got a little thicker plastic. But why they sent 2 and not 4, I'm not sure of. So that's got me a little worried. Or it could just be the screws to put that together. This is also a 3-piece design instead of 1 piece, so it might also somehow be for that. Honestly, I'm not sure, so we'll figure it out. I'll have to read the instructions on that one. This thing was at the beach, so it's covered in sand, and I think now I got a piece of sand in my eye. What? There's that one. Yeah, and then that whole piece just comes apart like that. So this is actually cool, because this is what holds your sway bar. This piece, separately, is actually that piece there. So, if you ever have to take the bumper off, you don't have to fight getting behind it to take those screws off. I would assume it all just comes off leaving this behind, so you don't have to mess with your sway bar link, which is really cool, actually. I like that design. Alright, let's see where these 2 longer screws it gave me go. 12 millimeter M3 by 16 millimeter. Okay. Those are the hinge pin retainers. M3 12 millimeter. M3 14 millimeter. We'll cover your stock hinge pin base. So, using stock M2 by 5 mil, that's going to be M2 by 5 mil. Alright, so that's going to be your hinge pin retainer. So we're going to use the stock screws on that. Where did I put that part? Here it is. Alright, so these are going to use the stock bolts. I'm wondering where the longer ones they gave me go. The tongue, the hinge pin retainer will slip into the same location as the original skid plate. Alright, RPM skid plate. Can you all stop? Go on. 2 of your stock M3 12 mil flatheads at the rear of the skid plate, and the 2 included M3 by 16 flathead screws at the front. So these 2 are going to go at the front of your skid plate here. Again, I'm guessing it's because you've got a little more meat, so they want to give you a longer screw to actually get in there and hold it on how it's supposed to. So you've got your little gap here. This piece is going to go like that, and then you put your 2 screws back in. So we need to find those 2 screws. Did I put them in here? There they are. 2 little bitty tiny screws there. They said it may be a snug fit in the instructions, which is fine. Oh, look at that. Slipped right in. No problem. Cool. I'm sorry that y'all don't have the best view. Realistically, what I should have is my big garage light up here. Bought this from like deadgum UFO. I should have those behind me to light up the front of this, but when I placed it and screwed it all to the ceiling, I wasn't thinking about that, so just do with what I got. So this screw right here is in. We need to make sure that this sway bar is right. Okay, we got just a little bit of play in it. We got our other screw here. Yeah, so this piece right here never has to be bothered to take off this skid plate now, which is cool. These cats are nuts. I'm having just a bit of trouble with it. What's going on here? Quit playing with my lights. Get out of there. Good Lord. I mean, I'd leave them unplugged because I don't really use them because I don't drive at night, but still. Cats are sitting there playing with the LED lights, the connectors that go into the receiver. Kitty cat, what are you doing? Alright, we don't want to tighten these too much. Just enough for them to be snug. Yeah. See how our sway bar still has a little bit of play to it? That's how you want it. You don't want it to rattle around, but you want it to be able to do what it's supposed to do without binding. Okay, so here's the old skid plate. Alright, new. We are going to put in, I guess this guy first, huh? It doesn't really say, or does it? The anti-sway bar is positioned correctly, bottom of your chassis, blah blah blah. Yeah, so this piece goes on. Okay. So, we're going to take the rest of these screws here out. Come on, Allen wrench, last for me just a little longer. There we go. Alright, now these go back in the rear. The included ones that they sent go up here, up front. At least that's what it's saying. Ah, come on. There we go. Alrighty. So that's all for that. Doesn't really, oh yeah, that whole front bulkhead's free now. Alright, so this little piece, you see how it's got the little tabs on it. Those actually index right there into that. So that's pretty cool. Let me go ahead and read this one more time. Let's see, we have M3 by 12, M3 by 16. Alright, the 12s are going to go right back where they were, right back here. Gonna kind of put these in here loosely for now just to get everything on. Now the included screws they sent are going to be these long 16s here, and these guys go up front. Whoa, wait a minute, that's wrong. Where's the other flathead? Here we go. Yeah, these are the new ones. Almost put button heads instead of these countersunk ones. I always like the screws to be long anyways. Like in the Traxxas Summit that I threw all back together. There's some places in it where it didn't really need the long screws that I put in, but I put them in anyways just because there's more thread and more purchase there. A good example is one of the places where the rear bulkhead attaches to the tongue of the chassis. I went ahead and put a longer screw in it because I knew it was going to be having some heavy landings, and I wanted it to have as much thread as possible to keep the screws from ripping out. So as long as they don't interfere with anything, sometimes you can use a longer screw to get more thread bite. It really all depends. Sometimes it's not needed, other times I would rather do it just for the added little bit of strength that it might give. This went in way easier than they came out. Go. On this back getting together and not moving any. Alright, bottom skid is on. Now we have the top skid, which is going to fit. Oh yeah, it even encases this. So if we look at the stock top skid, where did it go? Oh no, okay, they're both the same. I was thinking this was just a flat piece, but the new one is the same. So that's cool. It's actually like shaped to fit over it and everything. All right. And now it wants me to use for this top one here for the rear 14s and for these 12s. So I've got to find the longer ones here because I mixed all of these up. I think those are for the rear, the 14s. I don't have a pair of calipers with me. And then we have shorter ones for the rear. Yeah, okay, good. Or longer ones for the rear. Now I got to make sure I'm right again. Yeah, where it attaches to the truck, 14 mil. All right. We'll go ahead and attach it to here first. And then we're going to have two left over because we replaced the two in the bottom down here. I don't think I'm going to do much editing on this video, other than maybe speeding up the parts where I am putting in screws. So y'all let me know if y'all like this. It's a lot less work for me to just record and then do minimal editing. But I don't know if you guys like the long format content. I like to talk a lot, and some people just don't really like that. So y'all let me know what you think, because I could make this video 5 minutes long by speeding up and cutting out all the talking and things like that. But I like to sit here and talk with y'all and all that good stuff. So let me know what you think. These little ratcheting screwdrivers here are really, really cool. I got the shakes. I think I need to eat. Hello, kitty cat. What are you doing? Why are you guys so crazy, huh? You're gonna knock this thing out of my hands. And then again, the two 14mm ones right here are going to go there and there. I don't know why she likes quit chewing on that. She's like, what is that sound? Don't you chew my wires. There's that screw in. Good Lord, girl, what are you up to? What are you... Ah! Stop that. Hey, stop it. No chewing my antenna wire. Stop that. It's a bad kitty. Oh. Stand up and put some actual pressure on this to get it to bite. Alright, get down. Go on. You're starting to put your nails and stuff. Go on. Go on. Good girl. Whoops. Still got more to go. Good Lord. Alright. That's the end of that driver. I do believe it's not gonna allow me to tighten it down anymore. I'll look for an Allen wrench in here for a second, but if I can't find it, then I'll have to wait for family to get back so I can get my Allen wrench back. Not a big deal. I can still put it together and show y'all what it looks like. It's all back together right. I just don't want to strip that screw by trying to force it with that Allen wrench. Yeah. I don't think I got one. Got this old thing laying around. Yeah. Needs a smaller fan. Or no, smaller fan, smaller thing. Alright, I can't find the Allen wrench, unfortunately, so this screw here is not going to go all the way in, but this is fully assembled. Everything is put back how it goes. We have 2 screws left over because we replaced the ones in the bottom skid plate. I'll just throw the body on it roughly real quick. There's no sense in tightening it down because I've got to finish tightening that screw. But yeah, we'll see what the body looks like. Alright, so yeah, sits right on there. Are these screws up here lined up? Yep, I don't have them in. Again, I got to take the body back off. But there's your new RPM front bumper. It actually, as I said, it's a little wider than stock, and I think it fits a little further forwards than stock. I think this, I don't know, I'll have to look through old pictures, but I think this fit a little behind the body more. But yeah, looks good to me. How's it look, kitten cat? Huh? How's it look, kitty? My floor is a mess, I know. Need to clean. Yeah. So there's the new bumper on the Losi Baja, right? Looks good, and it's a little wider to provide a little more protection. So that's cool. As you can see, the body's fully cracked here because this one stops right about there. So took a hard hit here instead of hitting the bumper, and it damaged the body. And these are not cheap bodies to replace. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Girls, whatever. I will see y'all next time.